Thank you for tuning into this episode of Twin Finance. My name is Dylan, and today we're going to be talking about General Electric stock. And I'm sure if you guys follow the stock market, they've kind of been big in the news lately, especially as of last week. They were down, around 14% midday, fought back up, only were down about 6%. But the stock's been performing quite terrible for the last few years here, and people are they're starting to question whether GE is a buy now that they're getting. Their valuation is still, to me, it's not really a buy. But, people are still questioning it because their stock is selling off a lot lately. And, obviously, if you follow Warren Buffett or anything along those philosophies, when people are fearful, it's the best time to buy. But we're just going to dive a little deeper into General Electric here. And I'm going to start with the negative stuff, just so we can get that out of the way. And then we'll look at, a little bit of positive stuff they kind of got going for them, and kind of the outlook going forward. So I mean, first off, you got analysts saying $6 target price. So they're at like eight something right now, 860, 870, I think. So they got a couple $6 target prices, from JP Morgan, a couple other banks that are analyzing them. When you got target prices that are pretty low, it's definitely not solid. I mean, these guys kind of know what they're talking about. I'm not going to say take everything they say at face value. I mean, there's definitely been companies that probably gotten target prices much lower than that, percentage wise for their company, and have performed actually well over time. I'm not going to say every analyst is right. Definitely a lot of negative news there. Moody's downgraded their credit, so their credit is pretty much just awful, guys. I mean, yeah, obviously if Moody's is releasing stuff like that, another negative impact. And then also GE came out a while back, and they were talking about restructuring. And then as of late, analysts are getting kind of frustrated with what they said, because you go look at their balance sheets and income statements and whatnot, and they're not doing a whole ton of restructuring going on. So I mean, they're kind of sitting in hot water still. And the last point, I wrote it down here. I mean, obviously their future earnings aren't very high, so poor earnings are down too, obviously. And then also I mean, as like I said, their stock was at the peak, I think it was 320 billion cap. And now it's all the way down to it's like 70 something right now, 75, I think, 75 billion cap. So obviously people are pretty fearful of getting in that GE. Do I think they're a buy in the $8 range right now? Probably not. I mean, do I think they'll be above an $8 valuation one day? Maybe. I mean, I don't say that's unfair to say that they wouldn't be higher than they are right now. I mean, short term, in the next few years, probably not, guys. We got a lot of negative energy going around. But I'll erase the bad stuff, because I mean, you don't always just look at the bad stuff about a company. This board's getting all stuff here. Hold on, you don't want to just look at all the bad stuff about the companies. I mean, these are obviously a lot of big points. I mean, if you go check their balance sheet too, and their cash is going down, you check their income statements, they're all like, they're up, down every year. For the last bit here, and their revenues are down. Revenues are up in cost of sales, but that's probably due to inflation. So I mean, they're not selling much more products, but cost of sales from services, their services part is essentially diminishing to nothing. It was up around like 30 billion, I think, 13, 14. Don't quote me on that, but it's like down to like 5 billion now, guys. So I mean, that's very, very significant. So the revenue in that area is falling. That's because they mentioned in their restructuring plan they're going to become a smaller company. So I mean, I imagine they're doing a little bit of restructuring, but nothing along what they said. Now, aside from the bad stuff about GE, as I said, there's a lot of negative stuff going on. But outlook, what do they got good? What do they got going for them right now? So they're in healthcare and aviation. That's what they're big in. So I mean, I don't think is GE gonna fall to nothing, fall off the market. No, GE's not gonna. They're gonna be around, guys. They've been around for over 100 years, so they're pretty resilient. I think their company is they make some really good stuff, but you know, obviously they're going to plan to, you know, probably remove some inefficient stuff. I think the big point I should have started with this point is that, you know, their management, oh, this right, management recognizes. So the company recognizes that they're in, you know, kind of hot water, and they're recognizing that they're going to need to change, and that's a big step right there. Is that good for their stock price? Short term, probably not, as I said. But long term, guys, I mean, if their management is recognizing that as a company, when people come together, good things tend to happen. So if their management is recognizing that, it might take 3, 4, 5 years for them to, you know, fully get back on the right path and get to where they want to be. But so yeah, like I said, I mean, first thing you got to do with a problem is recognize it. You know, realize that it's there and then deal with it. So even if they take a while to deal with it, good thing they recognize it, but they're in some hot water. Over time, trust me, guys, we're humans by nature as problem solvers. They're gonna solve the problem. Well, are they gonna be, you know, that $300 billion GE company again? Maybe not. They'll probably be a much smaller company. But as I said, guys, is GE a buy right now? Probably not. Are they a sell? I mean, that depends how you feel about them. If I was in GE, I probably would have sold a long time ago. But, you know, if you guys bought recently, I mean, I'd probably just get out and, you know, try and find some other buys for the time being. Start actually making some money. I mean, yeah, you could probably hold them long term, and, you know, 10, 15 years, you'll probably make some money on it. But short term, definitely not a buy right now. I think just, you know, leave that one be, let it fizzle out. And then once they start to show some positive motion, just, yeah, sure, buy back in. Check up on the news, you know, keep following their quarterly statements if you guys are really interested in GE. I'll definitely make a couple more videos on them going forward. So yeah, that's kind of just my opinion, guys. Do I think, like I said, 75 billion market cap right now? It'll probably fall to around, like, you know, 60 billion market cap, right around there, maybe a little lower. But yeah, I think long term, GE could definitely turn it around, guys. I mean, there's been companies in much worse positions. Yeah, so like I said, management recognizes it. Obviously, from there, they're just gonna have to just, you know, plan, and then just you know, then make mistake, and then, you know, re-alter their plan, and just that process, guys. Go back and forth, and then they'll eventually figure it out. That's what humans do, like I said. GE's they're not going away. But they'll be around for a long time. Not a buy right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to leave your comment about your opinion on GE, and you know, if I missed anything, love to hear what you think. Also, if you liked the video, just drop a like, guys. Thank you for watching, and have a great day. One thing